Degrassi Unpopular Opinions.
Hey there, hello there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond at another video about Degrassi Unpopular Opinions. I talked about the unpopular opinions of Paige and Mr. O's relationship. I also talked about the students and their bullying of Rick at the to do when Rick came back to school. Emma wanted to be with Sean in season 4, I guess survivor's guilt. I also talked about how Emma was justified in getting mad at Manny for her lack of interest in helping Emma out during the JT stabbing problems. I also talked about why Degrassi had to use a bus crash to further Maya's depression, and I also talked about, I forgot what else I was talking about. Oh yeah, the redemption arc of Spinner. Was it the best ever? And I said, well, why it was. So anyway, this video is about how everyone perceives Emma to be a terrible friend to Manny, and Manny being a good friend to Emma. And I'm going to tell you, it's an unpopular opinion, and I'm going to tell you that Emma was more of a friend to Manny than people think she was. So, of course, Emma and Manny have this friendship dynamic that lasted pretty much throughout Degrassi Next Gen from seasons 1 to 9, when they both appeared. Frequently, of course. Emma and Manny stand up for each other and all that. Manny was helping JT and Toby out in the series premiere, trying to get Emma out of trouble with an older guy, and Emma brushed everyone off and all that. That was kind of stupid, but anyway, so Emma and Manny were best friends, and when Manny wanted to join the Power Squad, Emma was a little jealous and all that. But Emma was, of course, doing her crusade and basically thinking what she could do and all that. Emma has a perceived anger towards cheerleaders. Although Paige said that we'll squash any hatred towards the Power Squad by having boys on the squad too. But it being sexist is not just about, it's not gender, it's something else. People forget that when people call it sexist, it's not just gender, it's basically the perception of things. Emma was worried about how Manny would be taken advantage of because of her being a cheerleader, and how some people think that cheerleaders are ditzy, blonde, and just up for a good time, if you will. I know Manny's not either of those three, especially season 1, but Manny wanted to be a cheerleader. I know that Emma basically seemed to be prudish and all that, but Emma also was trying to get the fact that cheerleading is sexist in a way that women shouldn't have to parade their bodies in cheerleading outfits, basically making them dumb and all that towards a man and all that. And Manny was right. And Emma was right too. Of course, Manny decides to still be on the cheer squad and basically tells Emma the things. Emma understands the things, but she basically says don't get sexualized. And all that. Emma had reasoning too. It was just to make sure that nobody was going to take advantage of Manny if possible. Also, a misperception is season 2. When Emma finds out that Spike is pregnant with a kid thanks to Snake, and they're getting married soon. Emma basically wants to tell Snake the truth, and Manny says, you should just leave it alone and all that. Things will get better in the morning. Emma says, I can't. It's like a tick in my brain, and tells Manny to butt out. Now, I know Manny was doing her part, and Emma basically was like, why would Emma tell her these things? But you gotta understand that Emma was on the crusade about abortion and all that. And I think Emma just wanted Snake to find out about this kid, because maybe Snake will want the kid, maybe Snake won't want the kid, but at least she wants to help get Snake to know. Emma doesn't like when people keep secrets from her. Well, of course, season 2 wouldn't be the last time that happened. But anyway, what I'm saying is that Emma basically had her problems, and we all knew that. But like Emma was just trying to be honest and truthful, thinking that Spike's going to take her. Spike's not going to tell Snake about the kid. Well, obviously, if Spike's going to have an abortion and piss Emma off. I mean, Emma being triggered. Now, that's understandable why Emma was triggered and all that. Because Emma was nearly aborted herself. But when push comes to shove, I mean, Manny was hoping that Emma was probably just having stuff over. And also the fact that Sean was invited to the wedding, even though Emma did not want Manny to help to do that, because obviously Sean broke up the relationship by pushing Emma in a fight. And then, of course, you got season 3, which was a huge one. I mean, I don't really know. I don't think Manny was involved when Emma was basically trying to find her birth father, trying to find Shane, but yeah, I don't think Manny was really involved in that plot. Remember, supposed to be right. But here's the thing. When Emma is concerned that Manny is trying to sexualize herself in You Got the Look, that's the episode in season 3, Emma was worried. I know it sounds prudish and all that, but Emma thought that Manny was better than being a sex object in her mind. And that's true. I know that Manny and Emma had a few falling outs because of that. Because, Manny thought that Emma is just being prudish, but Emma's just looking out for Manny and all that. The point being, guys, is that Emma looks out for Manny, but other people perceive it in different ways, like saying that Emma is just being bossy and all that. Friendship works in different ways, but the fact of the matter is that, Emma was just hoping that Manny. Well, if Manny can't see the bad side of things, then Emma will try to gently tell her what the bad thing is. So basically, Emma was looking out for Manny. Manny, I think, was ticked off thinking that Emma had told Raditch about her falling inside the pants. There's nothing wrong with the pants, it's just the thong inside. No visible underwear. So Manny doesn't wear any underwear the next day. JT stops it from happening. Basically, yeah, Emma was hoping that Manny wouldn't be sexualized and all that. Manny doesn't know what she's doing, and Emma's like, someone's going to take advantage of her in the worst way possible. Of course, they have their issues, and then when Emma ends up trying to court Chris, and Manny invites Emma to a rave, and all that, it's like, cool, and all that. But then Manny tells Emma, basically, go after Chris. But Emma heard Chris might have a girlfriend. So basically, she didn't want to be a piece of crap. So basically, Manny chases after Craig, who's with Ashley. And Manny basically has sex with Craig on Emma's bed and all that. Emma's pissed off. Emma basically tells Manny, you got to choose. You either be sexualized or you be a normal teenager. Manny blows a gasket at Emma and basically says that I don't want to be seen with a stuck-up prudish girl like you. And Emma says, fine, I don't want to be with the school slut. And everyone thought, Emma was just basically hurt by Manny's comment, basically hurt Manny back. But Emma had good reason. I mean, Emma didn't want Manny to fall into the school slut thing. And basically, when Manny ends up getting pregnant, it just capitulated Emma's fears that basically Manny was now the school slut and was getting pregnant. That basically maybe Emma kicked herself for not pushing Manny hard enough. Because now Manny's pregnant and all that. However, Emma basically, shouldn't be blamed. I mean, Manny didn't take Emma's sides that well. Manny thought Emma was just being stupid and stuck up. But Emma was just doing her job. She was trying to protect Manny more than you think. So anyway, regardless, Manny ends up being pregnant and all that. And then she goes to Emma. Emma says, you're not aborting the baby. And Mandy says, I'm 15. I don't want to. I'm not ready for a kid. I don't want my kid being born into a society in which the mother can't take care of their kid. And Emma said, well, it should be born. Basically, she goes that basically, at least it's being born. You can put it up for adoption agencies. It's great. They do great work. And you have one when the time is right. And Manny takes it as a sign that Emma is just being stupid. But that's how Emma is with adopt. Well, she almost got aborted. That's fair enough. I mean, Emma feels that way. But Emma at least is giving Manny a good option. And of course, you know that Manny was trying to hide her pregnancy from her parents because her cousin got booted to the Philippines to a convent. Kind of reminds me of Shane and what Shane's parents were going to do with him. Basically kick him to a boarding school just to get rid of him and that you'll never have to see him again. And of course, you could tell that the parents were basically being ashamed of their kid. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, like, it seems that Emma doesn't want to be around Manny and all that, saying that Emma's disgusted by Manny wanting to abort a kid. But then when Craig is angrily telling Manny, you can't abort this kid. This is mine. I want to help it raise. Emma comes into Manny's defense. Manny, of course, is shocked because she thought that Emma would want to have nothing to do with her. Emma says, I agree with you about it's not right to have an abortion, but I also know that it's not right to tell Manny off. It's her body, it's her choice, and if she was a stranger, I'd be ticked. But basically, she's my best friend. I have to stand up for her. Craig says, but it's my baby and Manny's body. I think Manny was shocked that Emma would actually not be so stupid and stuck up and all that. Like, there's a good chance that Spike, who knew about Manny's problems, probably talked to Emma about the abortion issue. I mean, Emma can have her abortion rights, like her anti-abortion rights. But she also has to be a good friend to Manny. And I know that Emma might have had a bone to pick with Manny because Manny left her at the rave while she was chased after Craig. And the fact that Manny was being sexualized and Emma didn't like it. And Manny called Emma out on her prudishness. I think Emma probably thought that Manny deserves to die and all that. Not like that, but you know what I mean. And of course, Emma and Manny were not good friends in season 4. Mostly, I have a hunch that Liberty did whatever she could to basically pull Manny away from Emma. Because it seemed that Manny was not willing to be around Emma around the time Rick came back to school and all that. You got to remember that when Rick came back in Mercy Street, Emma was just coming off losing her friendship to Liberty and Manny. Manny was willing to help Emma out, but Liberty told her not to. So anyway, yeah. So basically, Emma was upset. She didn't have Manny to help her out and all that. I mean, I know Emma didn't really have a hunch that Rick was falling for her. Emma thought she needed to do the right thing, and unfortunately that cause ruined it. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is that what would have happened if Manny was there with Emma when Emma had to deal with Rick's advances, quote unquote. But yeah. But then season 5 rolls around. And that Manny, of course, was thinking about getting plastic surgery to enhance herself as being an actress and all that. Not thinking right. Emma, I think, told her off, saying, why would you do such a thing like that? You're beautiful as is, and all that. It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, Manny decides to go through with the surgery and all that. Well, she books it, and then basically she bumps into Peter, who Emma is fawning over. Manny does everything in her power to get Peter to go to Emma. Basically, Peter says, I don't want Emma, I want you. Just go out with me. And I know Manny could have... What would have happened if Manny actually went out with Peter at least once? But Manny was being a good friend to Emma. But unfortunately, I think Emma thought that Manny was trying to steal Peter from her and all that. Especially when that topless video came out. Emma was disgusted and all that. Saying that why would Manny do that to herself, to her body, and also basically steal Peter from her. Now, of course, Emma doesn't know the whole story, and Emma jumps to conclusions. Sadly, though, that was a character trait that didn't fall off the radar after the shooting in season 4. So anyway, yeah. And we all thought, oh, Emma's going to disown Manny forever. But then, when, of course, Manny gets objectified by the school and all that, and basically she's embarrassed, Emma comes to her aid and offers to help Manny out. Of course, Manny's parents don't want Manny around unless she gives up her acting ambition. Manny refuses to. And basically her dad kicks her out. But what people forget is that Emma helped Manny out. Emma arranged with Simpson and to have Manny come live with them. Manny would basically have to have good grades, no acting and all that. And Emma said that no secrets between us and all that. Of course, that failed miserably because Emma was keeping a secret about Peter. I mean, Emma was trying to be the best friend possible for Manny and basically telling Manny that I'll destroy Peter for you. But unfortunately, Emma falls for Peter's videos and basically her boy crazy mind that basically took over from her crusades in season 4. I don't think Emma really did much crusading after season 4. It's not just because, maybe she's just thinking that that people are just upset with her crusades. She didn't really care what people thought about her crusades and all that. But basically, in my mind, is that when you look at things, is that basically the shooting ruined her. Basically, she felt terrible about the fact that her crusade led to Rick being bullied and all that. And I know that Rick overreacted and basically wanted to gun down Emma and all that. But still, that part of her ruined her. So basically, because boy crazy, Emma basically picks up Snake's responsibilities after Snake got kicked out for his treats with Hatzalakos. Emma was trying to do everything. Granted, Emma basically when Manny wanted to help with losing weight, Emma says, I'll help you out and all that. Granted, that was not a good idea and all that, and it just led to more problems for Emma. But Emma was willing to help Manny. But, of course, Manny said, I'm not going to do this anymore because you're taking control of it. I don't know why Emma would like to take control over Manny. My thinking was that basically Emma was going to basically force Manny to play her way, or else Emma will find just cause to boot Manny to the streets. I don't think Emma was that evil. But, Emma had some strange things going for her. So, yeah. Emma wants to help Manny in the best way possible, but people perceive it as being prudish and all that. Emma was looking out for Manny. I know there wasn't much issues after season 6, after the JT stabbing. And all that. Emma just wanted someone to talk to with Manny and all that, as I alluded to in the fact that why are people thinking that Emma was being pissy about Manny? But Emma had just cause. She thought that Manny would be a great help to her and all that after JT stabbing. And after the fact that the party that they threw without Spike and Snake's knowledge got JT stabbed. It was just pure guilt. And say what you want about Emma. I know that her basically overreactionary process was still there after season 4. But her crusades and all that, in the 2 major crusades she did, helping Sean get out of jail in season 6 and the Purple Dragon season 7, she did it the right way. She did well. And Recycle, well, that works out. But Kelly goes bails on her. Say what you want. I say that Emma helping Manny was basically, Emma was just trying to get Manny to realize her self-worth and all that. I mean, as prudish as it sounds, Emma was just looking out for Manny, and people thought that Emma was just being controlling and all that. It's a two-way street. Basically, there's 2 different ways you can look at it. You can look at it as Manny not wanting Emma's help, or basically that Emma is trying to help Manny do her self-worth, and, it didn't work out that way. Fans gotta realize that Emma is more well-meaning than you think she is. As annoying as that might be, at least Emma was willing to look out for Manny. Who else would? So anyway, thanks for watching, and have yourself a good day.